Everybody, come closer. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Masterclass stage brought to you by Clicks right here at the Clicks Beauty Playground. I'm so excited for you guys to be here. First of all, is everyone on the Wi-Fi? Yes. The hashtag? Yes. Are you tagging us? Let the show begin. People will be coming in, but for now, let's get straight into it. Now, this masterclass session is brought to you by Gynaguard. Now, our speaker, she is all things girl power, and she's a transformation activist. Please welcome to our masterclass stage, Tumi. What's up? Come on. Hey, yes, girl. Do you see stars? Thank you so much. Over to you.
Good morning, ladies. How are you all doing this morning? Are you good? Yes. All right. You're all looking beautiful. My name is Tumi Deane, as I've been introduced. I am a bridal coach. I'm a bridal stylist on a day-to-day basis. I help women that are on their journey to getting married prepare themselves physically, emotionally for that beautiful marriage that we all want to have. Today we are here to talk about all things feminine hygiene. We are here to recognize what it is, to inspire all of you guys, and of course to educate you. But before I start, I want you to turn to the person that you're sitting next to and tell them one thing that makes you beautiful. Okay, I'm going to ask one lady to give me an answer. What was her answer? Yeah?
Her answer was my skin.
My skin. And hers?
I said her skin tone.
Her skin tone. Did anybody say my vagina? My vagina is beautiful. Yours too. Thank you. So when we hear the words feminine, to me, what comes to mind is female, loving, life-giving, caretaker, soft, the giver of pleasure. Therefore, shouldn't it make sense that our feminine hygiene should be all-inclusive? It shouldn't just be about the beauty of our brows on fleek. But do you hear about, there's a trend of the latest panty liners. Do you ever? But makeup trends, isn't it? So we should be loving ourselves and as women, making trends, new trends, part of our feminine hygiene. So I want you guys to affirm. All of us are going to affirm. Let's do it. I love all parts of myself. Including my vagina. We don't talk about feminine hygiene because society has taught us that it's something that you don't talk about, just generally. There's not a lot of information on school ground level and at a young age. We all have a vaslap. You know what a vaslap is? You know what a vaslap is? That face cloth, ne? But when I was growing up, I'm 44 years old, and nobody really taught me how to wash my body properly. So you get one vaslap, isn't it? Yes. And then how does it go? Da-da, 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 da-da. All over, isn't it? Is that correct? Is it correct? From here, with the same vaslap, to here. And then to here, and then here, and then down. Hi, guys. It can't be correct. You should be washing your face, splashing it with water, drying it with a towel, and then putting that towel on the side. Because remember, your face also carries bacteria. Now you're going to take that same bacteria from your face, Do you understand? Or you're going to take it from the back to your face. And then you say, why do I have pimples? Why is my skin breaking? Do you understand why it's correct it's important for us to be doing things the right way? Now, do you guys know the difference between your vagina and your vulva? Can somebody tell me? Okay, so the vagina is the inside and the vulva is outside. The vagina is self-cleansing and the vulva is not. So outside, we need to take responsibility. Inside, naturally, it cleanses itself. So that's why we shouldn't be, hlukumezing that girl. We shouldn't be like really, pissing her off inside, scrubbing her. She knows what she's doing for herself. Do you get me? Ladies, we need to have a budget for our feminine hygiene. Just like you go out to buy beautiful perfume, you need to be saying, what am I getting myself this month? For you, as part of your self-love routine. Being a woman is hard. We grow through a lot. We grow through a lot. We have a smell. And it's a natural smell. We can't smell like pineapple, ladies. We can't, unfortunately. We can't smell like lavender flowers and all these other things. But we also don't want to smell like rotten fish. True, hey? So let's learn. I want to say, guys, we learn a lot that is wrong from friends and from peers. Dr. Google is not always right. Rather get the correct information so that you are geared and you're doing things correctly. Also, it's important for you guys to know that your feminine hygiene can't start when you have an infection. That's for the doctor. That's for the gynae. Once you get an infection, it means that it's either you've neglected things or something has gone wrong, but you can't now run and say, yo, Gynaguard, wash. Where's the wash from Gynaguard? No, it's not going to cure the infection, all right? Like I said, Dr. Google is not always right. Peer pressure also leads us to doing things incorrectly. People will say, I found this, there was a trend 2 years ago of horse. You must let your man suck a horse and then do the things, make the parts happen. Hey, guys, those things will burn you. Stay away from harassing the girl. You don't want her to be on fire, Stop putting things because you're hearing about these concoctions and these potions that are out there in the market that are going to make you tight, that are going to make you all manner of things. Stay away from them, all right? As a woman, we go through different life stages. We have our puberty stage, our pre-menopause, and our post. Our intimate care and our feminine hygiene care should have a specific way that we're doing it and a specific approach for the different stages of life. At 44, my body requires me to be doing things differently from when I was in my 20s. In your 20s, you're in puberty, you're sweating a lot, so you might need to shower twice a day. By 44, I'm seeing great hairs and all of that stuff coming up, So our hygiene and our routine needs to be very different, and it needs to have specific needs. So therefore, you need to be using the correct products. Why are we putting an emphasis today on feminine hygiene? It can lead to embarrassing situations. Unpleasant odor is not nice. Like I said, irritations and infections. So it is important for us to fully understand. In your 20s, you are more sexually active. So you need to be wearing the correct panty liners. And we've got my colleague here from Gynaguard who's going to give us a demo on the panty liners. Use wipes instead of tissue. Body wash with the correct product, and wash at least twice a day, ladies. Just with the right products. Avoid things like harsh soaps and all. Once you post menopause, a woman stops menstruating. There is less vaginal bleeding. There is more dryness in the vagina. So which means that when you're engaging in sex, you might be using lube. You must also use the correct lube. It's not just about what it says on the cover, but make sure that it's good for your body as well. Your hormones change throughout your life stage, and with hormonal changes, things in your body also change, So you need to be addressing those. Let's talk about the do's and don'ts when it comes to your feminine routine. Use the right products, ladies. Products that are either lightly fragranced or not fragranced. This is a body wash or an intimate area wash. No soap, no douche. Are we together? No soap. Use the right product. If it is a soap, make sure that it's got the right pH levels, it's got probiotics, and it is healthy for you and your body, okay? No homemade concoctions. Faka Dettol and this, and concoctions and vinegar and spice and cayenne pepper. Guys, move away from concoctions, homemade concoctions. Don't listen to your friend that says, I'm using this and I'm spicing things up at home. No, we are not here to be spicy. Uzosha. Okay, wear cotton underwear. It's very good. Silky underwear is sexy. We want to look sexy, but do it at 7 p.m. Don't wear it the whole day. Okay. It will irritate you. When you go to sleep at night, don't wear underwear. Yes. The girl needs fresh air. All right? Are we together? The girl needs fresh air. So please, when you go to sleep at night, and all daddies will like it as well. Yes? Okay, so rather sleep naked, or if you're wearing your night dress or your nightgown or your PJs, don't wear underwear. Just give the girl some space, some fresh air so she can breathe. When you're on your period, also don't use tissue. Try and use the correct wipes. Wipes are great, guys. You can use wipes during your period. When you're going to public toilets, take your wipes with you. Sometimes there's no tissue, and you're like, do I shake it off? What am I supposed to do here? So wipes are great. Impromptu sex. I'm married. I've been married for 12 years, and sometimes there's a quickie moment. It's nice for you to just wipe and freshen up, and then when you're like, I'm ready, everything's ready, and it's prim and proper, isn't it? So make sure that you carry your wipes wherever and you use them correctly. You can also use your wipes to, wipe the tissues, the toilet seat in public toilets, especially when there's no tissue there. So they are versatile and you can use them. So today, guys, we just wanted to emphasize on the importance of elevated feminine care. One Vaslap is not elevated. Did we agree? No, one Vaslap's not elevated. We need to have a face cloth and a body wash. Using the correct body wash is important. Using the correct panty liners, and also make sure that you use things that are not going to irritate you any further. Watch out for symptoms. When you have symptoms of an infection, go to the doctor. You can't use more of Gynaguard and try and it's going to cure it. It's not going to cure it, okay? So when you adopt the right routine, you're using things, you're not putting concoctions, you're going to keep your pH and your flora correct, you're going to smell good, you're going to look good, you're going to slay all round, not just on the makeup and the girl is on fire. No, all round, okay? And you're going to enjoy yourself, have great sex. If you're married, you're going to have more confidence. And even if you're not married, as a woman, you want to have confidence to walk in any room and know that I look good, I smell good, and I'm confident. So let's elevate our feminine hygiene today, all right? Any questions? I've left enough time because I want you guys to engage. We are going to do a demo, but I want you guys to ask questions. We've got our partners here from Gynaguard. I'm here. Yes.
I have a 9-year-old daughter, and I'm guessing that puberty is going to come really soon. And I find myself, you know, what our parents used to tell us in the past that you should do and shouldn't do. Like, I don't have advice to give her. She's oh, there we go. Is that better? Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear the beginning?
No.
Okay. So my daughter's 9 years old, and we're speaking very openly about puberty. And I'm struggling to find a way to tell her what products to use because I don't know myself. So I wanted to know, at that age, there's already this discharge. I'm very sure that between 9 and 13, she's going to have a first period. And I don't know how to help her because that was never spoken openly about to me. So how do I make that change? And what type of products can I introduce to her so she's comfortable? Because I showed her a pad and how to put it on. And she was like, oh. And I'm like, no, it's normal. And that's a vagina. It's not another name. We call it a vagina, and that's that. So I just wanted advice for any moms that have young girls that are going to be having their period soon or have it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think the first thing is that we need to lead by example. If you are doing it correctly, she's going to also adopt the correct methods. So it starts with that. If she's looking at you and you have a whole lot of products, but they're not correct, that's what she's going to adopt. So it starts with you as the mom to lead us by example, use the correct products, and as you're using the correct products, speak to her. Let her come in when you're showering and you see, this is how we wash our face, this is how we're going to wash up my body. And if I'm on my period, this is how I look after myself. This is why I use the wipes. This is why I use panty liners. Panty liners, you can also use them, you know, every day, or, you know, those few days when your period is starting, but it's not heavy, it's almost like spotting. You can also use them. These ones are great because the absorption is also great, and you'll see on the demo. So I would say the answer to that is by leading by example and actually showing her, because in that way, you're not sitting her down and say, yeah, today, sit down. We are now talking about the pad. You know what I mean? Because that becomes scary. And you want to introduce it in a normal way and normalize it because it is normal, and these are things that she's going to go through. And then by that, you are opening the conversation. And as you're doing things, ask her questions. Kids learn by demonstration, and you asking her questions, and she will start seeing, and that's how you will start the conversations. More questions? Yes. Hi.
When you say that we must use wipes instead of tissue, what do you mean and why?
Okay, so tissue, for example, if you're using tissue for, you know, number 2, it's fine. It's got its job. 2-ply, you do that. After you've used, not a 1-ply, try 2-ply, guys, no. After you've used the tissue, sometimes, you know, tissue, it's got that crumbling thing. And those crumbs, they stick, you know, and you're not aware that you've left the crumbs behind, okay? And then the crumbs end up getting inside, and then they end up causing an infection. So that is why it's important. You can use tissue, yes, but use a wipe after, because that ensures that now you are completely clean and there's nothing left behind that's going to cause damage. Are you imagining the crumbs? Yes. I mean, I think you can use, as long as it's a good product, it's got the right pH levels, and you've read on the product that it's correct. It's nothing that you've bought on the streets. You know, use a reputable product. Yeah. And Gynaguard's great.
I think we've got one more question.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My question is, first of all, is it true that you are what you eat? And then if so, what are some of the foods that you need to avoid to keep your girl happy?
Sure, okay. So I'm obviously not a food specialist, But I do agree that what you eat is important. You know, if you eat spicy food sometimes, it does have a reaction on your body and it can irritate it. And also just watch out. You know, if you go out to a restaurant and you've had something spicy and the next day you're smelling something, then you know your body's reacting. Our bodies are different. I can eat garlic and then you can eat it and the next day you smell funky and I don't. You know, so it's important that you listen to your body, but it's also important that we are aware of what we take in. Spicy food, harsh things, lots of bev. I know sometimes after drinking a lot of champagne, I feel the effects. And the girl says, you've overdone the acid. So I have to then take a neutralizer. Okay. So, Zizi, are you ready?
Hi everyone, my name is Zizi Kuma. I'm the brand manager for Gynaguard. And my job today is such a small job. I'm here to show you a demonstration, but I'm loving the questions. We have a Gynaguard stand there. If you want more information, please go through to the Gynaguard stand for more information on the product. But I just want to say on the advisors, whether you should use what food to eat, and some more technical questions. Unfortunately, we're not doctors, so we may not be able to answer all those questions. But luckily today here, we've got a gynecologist sitting right there. So you are more than welcome to speak to her. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'll be taking you through a demonstration for our newly launched Panty liners. I think many of you know that we are known for the washes on Gynaguard. But as Tumi spoke about elevated feminine hygiene, we said, listen, let's give an all-rounded feminine hygiene and launch Panty liners. Because I think as when Tumi, the first question that she asked, she said, ask the next person to you, what makes you beautiful? And people said your skin and na. But today, most of us here, I think 95% of us are wearing makeup, right? As much as we have beautiful skin. So I would like to call Panty liners as a makeup for your vagina, because sometimes you need, you know, that extra protection in between your periods. For your daughter, you know, once she goes on to period, she might not understand when the cycle is happening or when it's going to come. So sometimes wearing a panty liner, it's a good thing just in case, because again, while you're wearing your nice, sexy panties, you don't want them to get damaged by discharge and all of that. So if you know that you're a person that suffers from discharge, it's a good to wear panty liners every now and then. But what I want to say is if you do wear panty liners, make sure you change them as frequently as possible, because then if you don't, it will do more damage than what it's supposed to do. So use it correctly. It's important to make sure that you use the product correctly. What is different about our Panty liners is the fact that it's got great absorption, because as I've said, Panty liner is a nice thing to use in between your period, maybe before your period or after your period, or even after having sex, just in case there's still some, you know, fluid sitting in there and you think it might come out. So it's a good add-on to use. So our Panty liners, they've got great absorption. So that is exactly the demonstration I want to show you today, how they compare versus the other generic Panty liners out there. So here I've got two competitor Panty liners. I'm not going to say the names, but it's the same range price point as our Panty liners as well from Click. So I'm going to pour some liquid on them so that you can see the absorption, how they absorb the liquid versus how our Panty liners absorb the liquid. And on your desk, you also have a sample you can take home and try it. So this is competitor number one. I'm going to pour liquid. You can already see on the liquid that I'm pouring on competitor one, it's already flowing off the table. Can you see the wetness? Obviously, sometimes another thing that possibly we use Panty liners, I'm a mom, I had a cesarean section. So we know with cesarean, sometimes when you sneeze or you go to exercise, then you get a little bit of leakage. So it's always good to use a Panty liner. Now you don't want to get leakage and then you're sitting there with a wet Panty and a Panty liner. What's the point of wearing a Panty liner if your Panty is going to be wet anyway? So this is definitely not what we want in our Panty liners. We want great absorption, right? So that is competitor number one. Now competitor number two, I'm going to try it as well. See what happened. Oh, it's running, right? Okay. Same thing. You can, I think the water is a little bit colored. I don't know if you can see it from your desk. Can you see it?
I think, can you see?
It's wet. So that is not what you want on your Panty liners. Okay.
You don't want this.
You don't want this.
Aye.
You want your Panty liner to absorb what you don't want. You don't want to be stuck at work or traveling on the go with a wet panty, because then it's going to cause you discomfort and irritation, which you don't want. So you really need to make sure that the girl is always fresh and clean and dry. This now is what you have in front of you. It's the Gynaguard panty liners. And please note, I said we are good for great absorption, silky touch, softness, lock in place, glue strip. So that's another thing. Sometimes you wear a panty liner and as you move about your day, you find it's stacking in or it's moved out of your panties and your panties are still getting dirty. I can promise you, ours, they stay in place. That's why we're doing the test, so you guys can see and go test it at home. If you don't get that, please call me. I'll give you my number at the stand, and we'll do something about it. So this is the Gynaguard panty liners. You can feel it when you get home. It's got a natural underwear feel, so you don't feel like you're wearing anything when you're wearing it. So we'll try it and put it to test and see. So you saw the other one there, water was coming out. So I'm putting water on the Gynaguard panty liner. So you can see what happens is the water, the water is there, but what you see is the water doesn't stay. Can you see the pink is fading? It absorbs it. So it's got a quick, long-lasting absorption. And what I did there on the table, I tried to press it for water, and when I do that, the water is coming off the table. On the Gynaguard one, the water is not coming off because the panty liner has absorbed it. As you can see now, the pink is completely gone. So that is our great absorption. But don't take my word for it. Take a box, go home, try the test, wrinkle it, and let us know. If it's not working, do write a nasty email on our Facebook page, by all means, if you want to. That's how much we trust our panty liners. And all these panty liners are available at Clicks. The box of 20s is available at $17.99, so very cost effective, and $17.99, $17.99, under 20 rand. And then your 40s is available for $26.99, so very affordable price, very good quality, so go get us. So I'm going to ask you questions, but I'm actually, because we are pressed for time, I'm going to ask one question and give one hamper away, but I love the question that the mom asked, because I've got a theme for mom. I'm a boy mom, I don't have any girls, so I wish I had girls and I would take them through this thing, but unfortunately I can't. I'm done having kids now. So the mom that doesn't know what to do for herself and the daughter, we are giving you a pack-loaded Gynaguard. It's also got a teen range inside, a full a body wash for your teen daughter. But come through to the stand so I can tell you about the products.
You can stand on stage and take a picture. I mean, now you're charmed.
Oh, okay. Me too. Thank you. And the last question that I'm going to ask anyone, what is one thing? Just give me one thing that the Gynaguard panty liner is good for. Okay.
Ow.
I'll leave you to choose.
Yeah, yes, she did.
Okay.
Yeah. Woo! She said,
there you go.
And she said, great absorption.
Great absorption. Yes, great absorption. That is, you get a Gynaguard hamper, fully pack-loaded, different products inside for you to try, and for your daughter or your friend's daughter to try.
All righty. Right there, top photographer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Zizi. Thank you so much, Tumi. Don't forget to go to the Gynaguard stand for all the questions that you still have. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget the hashtag Clicks Beauty Playground. Guys, I will see you. Don't forget, $17.99. How much? 24.